denier, the election denier, the MAGA Trump supporter, and the contemptor of subpoenas, Jim Jordan, attempted to bully his way into the GOP speakership. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to Politico, Jim Jordan's allies tried strong arming his GOP critics. It backfired. Jim Jordan's allies attempted to badger House Republicans into making him Speaker. Those tactics backfired on Tuesday and could soon doom his speakership push tonight, or outright, I should say. The Ohio Republicans, most vocal GOP defectors during Tuesday's failed speaker vote, said they were pressured to back Jordan by party bosses back home and national conservatives with big megaphones. Most of those skeptics viewed it as a coordinated push with a threatening theme: vote for Jordan or else. The arm-twisting campaign, which in many cases included vile threats of primary challenges, was meant to help rally support behind Jordan's candidacy. Instead, it has put the judiciary chair's bid on life support and threatened to plunge House Republicans deeper into turmoil with no clear way out. Jim's been nice one-on-one, but his broader team has been playing hardball. Representative Don Bacon, representative from Nebraska, told Politico about Jordan's network of supporters, adding that he has been getting calls from party chairs back in Nebraska. He added that his wife received multiple anonymous emails and texts saying, quote, "Your husband better support Jim Jordan," close quote. He's not the only one who faced significant pressure. Other Republicans told Politico they have received a barrage of calls from local conservative leaders. They blame the onslaught on his backers, even though, by all accounts, he isn't directly involved. Even some of Jordan's supporters acknowledge that the aggressive moves have set him back ahead of a potential second speaker ballot. I think some of it did backfire, and I think it was to the detriment of Jim, Representative Byron Donald, Republican from Florida. A Freedom Caucus member who voted for Jordan told reporters, acknowledging that his speaker bid is in limbo. Jordan punted his plan to hold a second vote on Tuesday after Republicans privately warned he was at risk of seeing his opponent's numbers grow. Instead, he is expected to huddle with allies and make calls in an attempt to get his bid back on track before a second vote as soon as Wednesday. "We're going to keep working and we're going to get the votes," Jordan said on Tuesday night, saying that Republicans were having great conversations. But one House Republican, who was granted anonymity to speak frankly about private conversations, said that Jordan and his lieutenants are calling people who voted for him trying to stop the bleeding. And they warned that those calls are pissing off members rather than winning them over, noting Jordan has failed to strongly and publicly disavow the attacks against his detractors. While Republicans acknowledge the pressure tactics aren't coming from Jordan directly, and others do credit him for keeping his distance from the hardball maneuvering, some don't believe he's done enough to tell allies to knock it off. Representative David Joyce, a Republican from Ohio, told Politico that the broader pressure campaign on social media had sparked discussions between the two Ohioans throughout the weekend. He added that he appreciated that Jim didn't necessarily support the strategy. And Jordan said in a tweet on Tuesday night that Republicans, quote, "must stop attacking each other and come together. There's too much at stake," close quote. Some Republicans chalked up the frustration to a lack of understanding on the part of both Jordan and high-profile conservatives off the Hill about how less conservative colleagues operate. Some Jordan opponents said they hadn't received a call from him directly about their concerns with his potential leadership, particularly on government funding. That camp includes Senior Representative Mike Simmons, a Republican from Ohio, who said flatly, "I haven't talked to him." Others like Bacon and Representative Ken Buck, Republican from Colorado, have had multiple talks with Jordan. Jordan has made one-on-one calls and deputized allies throughout the conference to have conversations with holdouts or potential defectors from his side. But he also advised his colleagues to reach out to them if they had problems, which Republicans privately warned was a bad choice. depriving him of the chance to see the breadth of the resistance he would face. When Jordan did take his nomination to the floor on Tuesday, some of his own supporters were shocked by the 20 no votes. One Republican aide compared it to a, quote, doomsday, close quote, situation. I'll keep you abreast on this developing story. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.